Hello everyone, welcome to another video of prepositions, and in this one we're going to learn prepositions according to place. Okay, first of all, in this playlist I have uploaded two videos before this one. In the first one I have explained parts of speech, and in the next video I talked about prepositions according to time, and today we're going to learn prepositions according to place. So if you're watching this video and you haven't watched the last couple of videos, so you make sure to watch those videos before coming to this one, or at least parts of speech before coming to this video, because to know what are prepositions is important. Only then you are able to learn them in a proper way, or you can use them in your English grammar in a proper way. And these are really important. I've been telling you the importance of using prepositions. Most of the students they don't know the precise use of prepositions whenever we talked about the precise use of English grammar. Okay, and today we're going to learn prepositions according to place. So let's start this video. Okay, and sorry, let me actually repeat what are prepositions, so if you haven't seen those videos, so you can understand what are prepositions. Okay, so prepositions, actually these are the words that they have no meaning once they are used alone, but once they are used in a sentence, they clarify the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so if we are not using prepositions, the meaning of the sentence, or the sense of the sentence, is actually not clear. Okay, so let's start prepositions according to place. The first one we see here is in. According to place, we use it for position or state inside. Okay, for something like a position or state inside of being inside of something. For example, like say, I'm in the room, I'm in the kitchen, I'm in the building. Okay, now let's look at some examples. I watch TV in the living room. So here he's in the living room. Okay, so he's being inside, or is we can say it's a state inside of something. Okay, in a physical building or something. Okay, I live in New York. For cities we use in. Okay, like I live in Faisalabad, I live in Lahore, I live in Manhattan, I live in London, whatever. Okay, for cities we use in. Okay, look at the picture in the book. Okay, look at the picture in the book. She looks at herself in the mirror. She looks at herself in the mirror. Also here, for countries we use in. For example, I live in China. I live in USA. I live in UK. Okay, whatever. Now next one. She is in the car. Once I was making videos of slangs. There I talked about this one, that for car we use in, but for all other public transport we use on. Okay, car, and for taxi we use in. We own this car, or the taxi, for a short period of time we also own it. So for car and for taxi we use in, but for public transport we use on. Like I can say I'm on the bus, I'm on the train, I'm on the plane, whatever. Okay, next, look at the girl in the picture. Look at the girl in the picture. This is the best team in the world. Okay, next, look at the next slide. And here, at, according to place, at is used for to show an exact position or particular place, for table, for events, or for place where you are to do something typical, like watching a movie, or for studies, or for work. Okay, used to show an exact position or a particular place. For example, here, I met her at the entrance, or I met her at the bus stop. So here, entrance or the bus stop, these are the specific places. Okay, you are telling to someone that I met her at this place, or I met her at this place. So here you see this one used to show an exact position or a particular place. Okay, for example, I'll be waiting for you at the international office. Okay, or I'll see you at the canteen. Okay, whatever. Now for table. Let's look at this example. She sat at the table. You can also use on for the table. Okay, she sat at the table. Okay, at a concert or at a party. Even for example, I'll see you at the wedding party, okay, or at the concert. I'll see you at the conference, whatever, okay. For events we use at, okay, or I'll see you at the birthday party, okay, whatever. Now, place where you are to do something typical, watch a film, study, or work. Uh, the place where you don't live, you go for a short time over there to do something, and afterwards you come back, okay. So let's look at the example at the movies, at university, at work. For example, I'm at the cinema. Okay, I'm at my university. Okay, I'm at the library. I'm at the canteen. Whatever. Okay, so the place where you go to do something typical and then you come back. I hope you understand the use of at according to place. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. On. Okay, so the first use is attached. Next one, next to or along the side of river. Okay, used to show that something is in a position above something else and touching it. Okay, left or right, a floor in a house used for showing some methods of traveling, television or radio, and sorry, television and radio. Okay, now let's look at the first example. We know the first one here is attached with something, like the whiteboard is on the wall. Okay, attached with the wall. Here you can say, look at the picture on the wall. Okay, look at the whiteboard on the wall, or there's a clock on the wall. Okay, so attached. Next one is next to or along the side of river. Okay, at the bank of the river. For example, Cambridge is on the river Cam. Okay, Cambridge is on the river Cam. Okay, there is a for example, you may say there is a house on the Indus River. Okay, on the brink of Indus River, whatever you want to say. Okay, next, used to show that something is in a position above something else and touching it. Okay, above something else and touching it. For example, the book is on the desk. Okay, the book is on the desk, the book is on the table. So here you see, used to show that something is in a position above something and it is touching it. For example, there is a water dispenser on the table. Okay, there is a notebook on the table, there is a water bottle on the table, whatever. Okay, it is above something and it is touching it. Okay, for left and right we also use on. For example, here, okay, a smile on his face, wine. The shop is on the left. Okay, the shop is on the left, the academy is on the right. Okay, the academy is on the right, whatever. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Oh, sorry, a floor in a house, a floor in a house, like my apartment is on the first floor. The place where I used to live when I was in China, I was living on the fourth floor, so I could say that my apartment was on the fourth floor in the building. Okay, next, used for showing some methods of traveling, as I was telling you before, that except car and taxi we use on. For example, I'm on the bus, I'm on the train, I'm on the plane. Okay, let's look at some examples here, like I love traveling on trains, I love traveling on the bus, I love traveling on a plane. Okay, now next one is the last one, for television or radio, and radio, sorry, not or, and radio. Okay, for example, here, my favorite TV program, sorry, my favorite program on TV, my favorite program on the radio. I saw cricket match on TV yesterday. Okay, I saw the interview of Imran Khan on TV yesterday. Whatever. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. By, next to, beside, or near. Okay, by, next to, beside, or near. Not far away in distance, something that is closer to you, something that is not actually away or far away in distance from you. For example, here you see the girl who is by, or the girl who is next to, the girl who is beside, or the girl who is near the house. Okay, so by, next to, beside, and near, all this you can use to tell someone that something that is not far in the distance from you or from something. For example, he was standing next to me, or he was standing near me. Okay, or he was standing he was standing next to me, whatever you want to say. Okay, or he was standing by the river. Okay, it means he was close to the river. Okay, now let's look at the next example here. Between between in or into the space which separates two places. In or into the space which separates two places, people or objects. Okay, so here between, normally we use between for two things. Okay, maybe two places, maybe two persons. Okay, for example, the property was divided between two brothers. Okay, so here we are talking about two people or two places. Here we can see the example. The town lies halfway between Rome and Florence. Okay, the town lies halfway between Rome and Florence. So here we are talking about two things, two places. Okay, next one. Behind, at the back of. Okay, behind, at the back of something. For example, I hung my coat behind the door. I hung my coat behind the door, at the back of something. Okay, let's move on. In front of, in front of, further forward than something or something else, further forward than someone or something else. For example, here, she started talking to the man in front of her, further forward than someone or something else. She started talking to the man in front of her. Well, the guy was standing in front of me. Okay, I could see a bus in front of me. Okay, I could see a restaurant in front of me, whatever. Next. Under, lower than or covered by something else. Under, lower than or covered by something else. The cat is under the chair. The cat is under the chair. Here, look at this one. Lower than something else, or covered by something else. Okay, lower than, and it's not touching the thing. For example, here you see the cat is under the chair. The cat is sitting under the chair and it's not touching the chair. Okay, lower than or covered by something else. Next. Below, lower than something else, lower than something else. The plane is just below the cloud. Okay, the plane is just below the cloud. Okay, lower than something else, right? Just lower than something else, I think it's easy. Next. Over. Okay, above or higher than something else, sometimes so that one thing covers the other. Okay, above or higher than something else, sometimes so that one thing covers the other. Okay, more than, something that is over, something that we have more than required. For example, here we'll see the example in the next slide. Okay, across from one side to the other, across from one side to the other. Overcoming an obstacle, overcoming an obstacle. Okay, here we can see the examples. Okay, she held the umbrella over both of us. She held the umbrella over both of us. Here we say above or higher than something else, sometimes so that one thing covers the other. Okay, here she held the umbrella over both of us. It means umbrella is covering both of the people here in this example. Okay, next one was more than required. Okay, here we see most of the carpets are over 100, means more than, maybe required, more than anticipated in this case. Okay, most of the carpets are over $100. Okay, fine. Next. Across from one side to the other, across from one side to the other. So we see the example here. I walked over the bridge. I walked over the bridge. Okay, so here across from one side to the other. So she walked over the bridge from one side to another side. Okay, overcoming an obstacle, overcoming an obstacle. She jumped over the gate. So here in this case, the gate was the obstacle and she jumped over the gate. Okay, so this is the use of over as a preposition. Next one, above, higher than something else but not directly over it. Okay, here there's a small difference between above and others. Okay, or over, whatever. Higher than something else but not directly over it. Okay, a path above the lake, a path above the lake, higher than something else but not directly over it. Okay, so here we can use above. Here we can use above for this kind of case, a path above the lake. Okay, next, across, across. Okay, from one side to the other of something with clear limits, or getting to the other side. From one side to the other of something with clear limits, or getting to the other side. For example, here, she walked across the field, or she walked across the road. Okay, he sailed across the Atlantic. Okay, he sailed across the Atlantic. So here we could see those examples and easily understand what this definition, you may say, or explanation means. For example, here, from one side to the other of something with clear limits, or getting to the other side. Here, getting to the other side, she walked across the field. From one side to the other side, she's crossing the field, or she's crossing the road. Here in this case, he sailed across the Atlantic from one side to the other side of Atlantic. Okay, next one, through, through, from one end or side of something to the other. Okay, from one end or side of something to the other side. For example, they walked slowly through the woods. They walked slowly through the woods. So through, from one or end or side of something to the other one. From one side to the other side, walking through. Okay, next one, two, in the direct direction of and forbid. In the direct direction of and forbid. What is the direct direction? Okay. For example, I am telling to someone that I'm going to the cinema. So here I'm telling the precise direction that to this place I'm going to. Okay. And forbid also. We went to Paraguay last year. We went to Prague last year, Prague last year. Okay, so here directly showing they went to Prague last year. Okay, so if I, for example, say I went to China last year, or I will go to UK this year, or I will, I'll go to my academy today. So here I'm telling the direct direction, okay? And I go to bed at 10 o'clock. For bed, we also use to. Next one, into, okay? Towards the inside or middle of something and about to be contained, surrounded or enclosed by it. Towards the inside or middle of something and about to be contained, surrounded or enclosed by it. For example, here, shall we go into the garden? Shall we go into the garden? Or shall we go into the subway? Okay, whatever. So towards the inside or middle of something and about to be contained, surrounded or enclosed by it. Okay, next one. Towards. Now, also in the direction of or closer to someone or something, but not the direct direction. Once we were learning to, we use to for the direct direction, but towards we don't use for the direct direction. Okay, so here, for example, I say I'm going towards this side. Now this side has many places, maybe cinema, maybe shopping center, maybe school, maybe academy or university. But I am not mentioning that what place exactly I'm going to. So it is not a direct direction. I'm just saying that I'm going to, I'm going towards this side. But if I say I'm going to the cinema, here I'm, telling or I'm talking about the direct direction in case of cinema. But if I'm just saying that I'm going towards this side has many places. I don't know where I'm going to. Okay. Now let's look at this example. She stood up and walked towards him. Okay. She stood up and walked towards him. Next one. On to. Used to show movements into or on a particular place. Used to show movements into or on a particular place. Here, for example, I slipped as I stepped onto the platform. I slipped as I stepped onto the platform. So used to show movement into or on a particular place. Next one, the last one. From used to show the place where someone or something starts. Okay, used to show the place where someone or something starts. For example, here, what time does the flight from Amsterdam arrive? Okay, so here the flight started from where? From Amsterdam. Amsterdam arrive. Okay, what time does the flight from Amsterdam arrive? So used to show the place where someone or something start. Okay, so this is all in this PPT, and this was about prepositions according to place. These are really important ones to learn, and if you learn and understand them, you can use them in your English grammar whenever you are writing an essay or something in English, or whenever you are speaking. You can use these prepositions precisely, so you can have a grip on English grammar. I'll see you in the next video, and if you find some problems, some questions, make sure to write them in the comment section, and I'll reply to them as soon as possible. And I'll also upload a video about some other important prepositions. Until now, I have uploaded a video of prepositions according to time, and this one is prepositions according to place. Okay, so keep learning well, take care of yourself and your families. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.